What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One Scarif related video. So in this video I'm going to be going over all of the details and information we got from last night's Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One Scarif live streams by Star Wars HQ and Darkness_429. The gameplay you're seeing on screen is submitted by True. I asked him if he could send me any over from the capture event which took place last Tuesday, which we were both invited to, but unfortunately I couldn't get to it, so he said he would help me out and send over some gameplay once all of the legal stuff clears and gameplay is allowed to be actually shared. So make sure you go and thank him for this particular gameplay. So first of all, I'm going to be telling you how Infiltration works. Now, Infiltration is the brand new mode to Star Wars Battlefront through the Rogue One Scarif DLC pack. It will be in 3 stages, which we already knew about. One stage is going to be in space, and that is going to be the first stage, and the other 2 are going to be on the ground. The first stage is called the Approach. The rebels must fly U-wings through the battle and towards Scarif's shield gate. First, a single rebel is chosen at random to fly a U-wing. If they fail, 2 rebels are randomly chosen, and then if they both fail, 3 rebels are randomly chosen. After that, the number of U-wings does not increase and it stays at 3. This first phase is heavily biased towards the rebels, the developers did say this, because they want this stage to be over and for the rebels to win it, so the other 2 stages can proceed. The rebels have 10 minutes to get the U-wing to the shield gate. In last night's live streams, it did seem to take the full 10 minutes at points, with 1 minute being left on the timer and 2 minutes and things like that by the time the U-wings actually went through the shield gate. Corellian corvettes provide moving cover for the U-wings as they navigate between a pair of Star Destroyers. The only flyable ships in this stage are the X-Wings, U-Wings and TIE Fighters. There is also a lot of debris in this particular map for rebels who are controlling the U-Wings to sort of fly between and try and avoid the Imperials as much as possible. The second stage is called the Distraction and is set on one of the 3 ground maps: Scarif Jungle, Scarif Beach, or Landing Pad 13. Rebels must blow up one of 2 Imperial cargo transports. Imperials have access to only Director Krennic for their hero for this stage. Rebels do have no hero for this particular stage. The third stage is called the Extraction and is set on one of the 3 ground maps again: Scarif Jungle, Scarif Beach, or Landing Pad 13. They won't be the same maps sort of in a row, there will be different ones. And the rebels must carry 1 set of data tapes across the map and reach the extraction point, which is actually a U-wing. These tapes are not the Death Star plans, this is a separate sort of story type thing from the Rogue One, a Star Wars story movie. If you activate your jump pack while you are carrying the data tapes, you will drop them. I'm not sure if Imperials can pick them up and send them back to where they originally were like you can in cargo, or whether they actually stay there on the ground. From what I've seen, it does look like if they are dropped, they stay there and only the rebels can interact with them. The rebels do have access to only Jyn Erso for their hero for this particular stage, and the Imperials have no hero. Once you get to the U-wing, all you have to do to put the data tapes onto the U-wing is simply run underneath it. As soon as you run underneath it, that's it, the game ends, and you win this particular stage and the whole map if you've got that far. Speaking of the heroes, we have the details of the new heroes' abilities. Jyn uses the A180 blaster. One of her abilities switches the mode on the blaster between the pistol and the blaster rifle. The other ability is the Sonic Imploder, which is the brand new star card. It works exactly the same as the normal version, but it's a lot more powerful and gives out an armor debuff. We're going to go over what the armor means later on in this video. Her third ability is Truncheon Surge, which allows her to strike down enemies with her baton, and her trait does directly affect this ability. Her trait means that the more kills she actually gets with the blaster and the Sonic Imploder, the more baton attacks she's actually allowed. She's allowed 9 total charges for the baton and can bounce between enemies in close proximity. For Krennic, he uses the DT-29 Heavy Blaster Pistol, and we'll go over that weapon later on in this video. His first ability is called Wrath of the Empire, and that ability passively boosts nearby teammates' health. You will see a sort of red Imperial or Empire logo appear on the floor when this ability is activated. His second ability is the Armor Breaker, and it can break through enemies' armor. Again, we'll go over the armor feature later in this video. He has a brand new droid ability which is called the CTB5 droid. And what this droid does is it tends to stay in a particular area, so this will work really well for the second phase of Infiltration. And it has a squad shield and will also let out dioxis gas when enemies are nearby. It also has a small scan ping and it is AI controlled. Director Krennic is also going to have bodyguards, and these are going to be 2 Death Troopers. This is similar to how Leia's work and Palpatine's. The Death Troopers use the DLT-19 blaster, and they come equipped with the cooling cell, rocket launcher and thermal imploder. The cooling cell is going to allow them to fire a hell of a lot of bullets, and apparently these are quite intimidating to come across in this particular sort of game mode when Krennic is alive and the Death Troopers are obviously there. They are a lot larger than normal troopers in this game, so you will be able to spot them out from a mile away, as they appear about a head or so above the rest of the troopers. So, as we now know, the A180 has 3 modes alongside its standard pistol mode, which you get once you just select it basically. It has the blaster rifle, the sniper, and the ion shot. The modes do have cooldowns, but this weapon cannot overheat. The reason it can't overheat is because they replace your star cards. So the way this works is, these 3 modes will take the place of your star cards, and then once you activate them, you have a certain time period which allows you to just fire as many shots as you possibly can until it sort of runs out of charge. And then once it's run out of charge, you have to wait until that charge sort of cools down, and then you can use that particular mode again. You are going to have to unlock this via the HUT contracts, and the requirements for this are that you have to get 25 kills with blaster pistols, 30 kills with blaster rifles, and 20 kills with targeting rifles. The DT-29 is the other brand new weapon for Star Wars Battlefront, and it is basically a Star Wars revolver, to be honest with you. It has no cooldown, and it has 6 shots instead of a cooldown. Once you use all of these 6 shots, the weapon must be reloaded, and the reload time is a lot longer than it would normally be in a sort of non-Star Wars game, just to make it sort of equal to cooldown periods for overheating weapons. This again is unlocked via the HUT contracts, and you need to get 25 kills as Director Krennic, use 10 personal shields, and get 50 kills with blaster pistols. That sounds a lot easier than the A180 if I'm honest with you. The Sonic Imploder is the only star card to come to this DLC pack. It does work similar to a flashbang, so it blinds enemies and it also does a bit of damage to them. You are going to see the brand new AT-ACTs in the Rogue One Scarif DLC pack, but they are only in the background of maps to add sort of life to the maps and the planets, but they do not take part in the game modes. This is partly due to the fact that they are 40% larger than normal AT-ATs, and they would be too large for the size of the maps that come with this DLC pack. The U-Wings are going to be part of this DLC pack as well, and they are going to have a boost, shield and radar jammers. When you are flying the U-Wings in the space part of the Infiltration game mode, you will only have access to the shield and radar jammer abilities, as they are meant to be more defensive than offensive. And when you are playing as the gunner, this works similar to how the AT-ATs work. The player has a set amount of time in the U-Wing, but more time is added with each kill, but you're obviously not going to be able to stay in there forever. You're not going to be able to get kills after kills after kills after kills to just keep your time infinitely going. You will run out, and you can also get sniped out of the U-Wing gunner position, so you're not 100% safe if you are in the U-Wing. TIE Strikers are only available as pickups, and you cannot play as them. After activation, it'll make quite a few sort of strafe runs across the map, killing nearby enemies. So the best way to use this is to probably get close to an objective, then activate the TIE Striker so you can sort of get the maximum efficiency from it, and it can kill the most rebels as they are going to be attacking the objectives. We are getting quite a few game modes as well for Rogue One Scarif. We are getting obviously the brand new game mode Infiltration. We're going to be getting Walker Assault, but it is going to be shortened to only 2 uplink phases, and because of this the Walkers have less health, so they are sort of easier to kill, but at the same time it matches with how long the game mode is going to actually take. We're going to be getting Blast, Turning Point and Fighter Squadron. So we're not just going to be stuck to 1 or 2 game modes, we're going to actually get quite a few, which is great to see. We do have details on the new level cap and skins coming to Star Wars Battlefront. So, the new rank is going to be level 100, and at level 100 you'll be able to unlock the Shore Trooper Captain skin. There are no new Rebel unlocks for this particular DLC. The only outfit we're going to see on the Rebel side is just the standard Rebel Soldier outfit, which is the default Rebel skin for the Rogue One Scarif DLC pack. The regular Shore Trooper is the default Imperial skin for the Scarif maps, so you won't need to particularly sort of work towards a level 2 player as the Shore Troopers. They are going to be the standard skin that you are given just for default reasons really for the Scarif DLC, which is really cool, but I think everybody is going to be aiming for that Shore Trooper Captain at some point. The bow rifle has been seen again in this Rogue One Scarif livestream, but it won't be coming with the Rogue One Scarif update next week. Meleeing with the weapon is an instant one-hit kill, and this weapon is likely to be a viral pickup, which we have kind of discussed in a previous video. So we do think that the bow rifle is going to be used by developers at first, and then when you kill the developer who is using the bow rifle, you get the bow rifle unlocked for yourself. And the way we're going to be able to tell who the developer is in the game we're playing is they are going to now have stars next to their name on the lobby leaderboards, so you know when you're playing with someone who has made your favourite game, I think it was quoted as. We have details on the vanilla hero traits, and all vanilla heroes are going to be getting traits. For instance, Luke Skywalker is going to have a trait which boosts his sprint speed with the more kills he gets. Han Solo is going to have a trait which buffs his DL-44 blaster, so that the damage drop off is actually lowered with the more kills he gets again. Princess Leia is going to have her trait, and it's going to be called Champion of Alderaan. Her trait improves armor for rebels with kills or hero damage. Leia does receive a 20% bonus. Darth Vader's trait is going to buff his armor based on the number of rebels nearby. So with the more rebels sort of attacking him, the stronger he's going to get. Emperor Palpatine, his trait is going to recharge his Force Lightning a lot faster, which is great because that lightning is so useless, to be honest with you. Boba Fett's trait is called Bounty Seeker, and his trait refills his jetpack a lot quicker with the more kills he gets. And he's going to have a new passive scan ping ability when he kills or does damage to heroes, as well as just normal rebels. All heroes as well are going to be getting their armor buffed or debuffed depending on the situation. Buffed armor increases damage resistance while debuffed armor decreases damage resistance. And we've also had a bit of news for the Death Star DLC pack. The Death Star playlist will be getting 2 brand new game modes to it, Droid Run and Cargo, which is great because you're not just going to be playing Blast or Battle Station all of the time. Heroes vs Villains is getting a bit of a tweak as well. Heroes vs Villains will only take 3 rounds to win. Now you have to win 3 rounds and you automatically win that sort of match. And then the sides flip after those rounds are won. Kind of like how Walker Assault and Supremacy works. As for Hero Blast, we have no new Hero Blast news at all. Kesselin said in the live stream, sometimes when we're creating content we put stuff in the game, in the code, that is unfinished. I think people happen to find references to something that we were working on but haven't fully developed. Sometimes things that we throw in there won't always come out, so we don't know about Hero Blast. There's no official statement on Hero Blast other than it's a thing that we've been playing around with. If and when it comes out, we'll let you know ahead of time. Skirmish was also given a bit of a mention, but it's not what everyone wanted to hear. Nothing will be coming with next week's update for Skirmish. Kesselin said no new news on Skirmish, we're leaving it as it is. And as for hero skins, it has been confirmed that no new hero skins are coming with next week's update, including the previously mentioned Death Star skins. So that's pretty crap in my opinion. But there we have it, that is everything you need to know about the Rogue One Scarif DLC pack, which is coming to Star Wars Battlefront on December 6th. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about all this information that has been released, and make sure to smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars. Other than that, may the Force be with you.